Hi,
Hey, Aleda. Am I saying your name right? I hope I am.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. First
Awesome.
I have to say I'm from Germany, so I'm sorry for my accent.
Oh, it's okay. Am I saying your name right, Aleda?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate your time. What can I help you with? What's going on?
Okay. Um, so there's a guy I met I met this guy 2 years ago on a festival, and we kissed, and he wanted to do more, but I didn't, so I like abandoned him a little bit, and then we I gave him my Instagram, and then we stayed in contact for 2 years, and he always contacted me. He always reacted to my stories. He always snapped me on Snapchat, hey, what's up? When can I see you again? And so on. And I always said, yes, we can see each other, but you have to come here to me to visit my city, because he's 1.5 hours away from me. So we both study dentistry, and um, and then it was like he on Sunday he came to visit me in my city, and it was very well. I was very excited because I really wanted to see him for a very long time, but he didn't make like the effort to come to my city. And on Sunday, he decided for the first time, like, yes, okay, I'm coming to your city now. And then we had a really great coffee date for 2.5 hours. And he also, like, as I said, he drove 1.5 hours to see me. And after that, he had to drive 4 hours to the city where he studies. So it was like a huge effort that he made, and I was very happy about it. And like I said, we had a very good date, and he talked very, very much. I wasn't used to it because on Snapchat or on Instagram, people are very. He came across a bit dry, but in real time, he was very, very, very talkative, and very, like, he couldn't even stop talking. I He also asked me a few questions, and when I answered him, he also listened very carefully, and he laughed, and he like, I don't know the word in English, but it was also like little bit flirty, but not so much. And then I gave him my number, and I said to him that I don't use Snapchat as much. So let me give you my number. And then I typed my number on his phone, and then then the date was over. And on the next day at 7 a.m., he snapped me again, like, I don't know, like a morning snap. And I answered it 11 hours later because, like I said, I don't go on Snapchat very often. But I answered him with a random snap back. And then he snapped me again. And then on Tuesday, this all of this happened this week.
Okay.
Like Sunday was the date, and on Monday he snapped me in the morning right after the date, and on Tuesday nobody of us snapped, and yesterday I snapped him and he snapped me back directly, immediately, and then today nobody snapped again. So I I don't know, but I was really sad because I gave him my number and I thought that he would use my number, but to be honest, I can't really be that angry or mad at him because Snapchat is the platform where we communicated before the date as well, like, it's not something new that he did, but I'm not sure if he really wants me, if he really want to see me again. I don't know if he really liked me, because during the date he was so excited and talkative, and like there wasn't any sign where I would say that he didn't like it. Um yeah. So I don't know what to do right now, because I don't want to be the man and like text him again and say, how did you find the date, or do you want to see me again? I can't do this because everybody says when the man pulls away, you shouldn't like text him or show him that you care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, yeah,
Okay.
that's it. I'm very sad right now, to be honest.
No, I hear you. And do you really like him?
I really do like. Um, wait, I don't really know him,
Okay,
so
so you don't really know him, but so far you're saying you kind of like the energy that's present right now.
I like the energy, and also I don't let people so much, like I don't really get physical that
Yeah.
much with people. And on the festival, he was the first and the only
Hmm.
man that I let, like, that I get kissed. And I don't know, I didn't forget him. I couldn't forget him. He
Hmm.
also couldn't forget over me. Like he always, as I said, he always texted me. He always came into my life, wanted to see me.
Hmm.
But yeah.
So would you say this is like your first attempt at a possible relationship?
Yeah, I didn't had any relationship before, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
22.
Elena, this
Um,
is this is so beautiful. Can I let me just say this. This is beautiful.
yeah.
This is like top tier to me, okay? But let me tell you why, because um obviously, without going to scientific
Yes.
perspectives on you,
Mhm.
a first kiss, a first, potential love, all the things like it, brain chemistry, it does something to you, right? And
Mm.
it's a dope thing. It's not something that we should be bashful of, or we should
Mhm.
hide or minimize.
Yeah.
And of course, being 22, so much to learn on relationships, and you'll grow into that. And there's nothing wrong
Mhm.
with that. Like, no one's
Mhm.
perfect at relationships. Like, you're good, I promise.
Yeah.
But I say this is also beautiful too, because you're in such a unique position, because yes, you hear a lot of people talk about things from a social media perspective on what not to
Yes.
do. But I am just so different, and I'm really glad that you stuck around, because I'm someone who is really, really high on the abundance aspect of life, especially when it comes
Mhm.
to love. And when this is your first time moving in these spaces, you're so focused on trying to do everything right that you might either not do anything at all, or
Yes.
overthink to the point where you might kind of scare yourself away from
And
connecting with someone.
in the past, I always cut things off when I felt like this, because I was like, no, if he gives me mixed signals, then this is a clear no. Like,
Yeah. Like, can I be honest? I'm gonna tell you a slight story from an experience I had.
yeah.
There was a time I was on dating apps. This was easily when I was around, like, I want to say 19,
Mm-hmm.
20, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl, man. We connected on the app and just had some really good conversations over the course of a day or two. And then she ended up sending her number.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I got her Snapchat. This was back when I was on
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat at that time. We went to Snapchat. We were having some conversation. She ends up sending her number,
Mm-hmm.
and me, I was just still snapping. Like, I
Yeah.
sent another, yeah. Oh, yeah. You perked up right there, huh? Listen. So I sent a Snapchat. We were continuing. I was going to continue the conversation there, because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, bet, I'll send the message later. Like, I'm not
Ah.
necessarily in a rush. Now, I'm not saying
Okay.
this is this guy, right? But just
Mm.
hear out the thought process.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I'm gonna send the message for sure. I'm just not doing it right now. For whatever reason. I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
particular reason. It was just like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to it. And so I sent another snap. I think it might have been a couple other snaps after that. And
Mm-hmm.
then she said she didn't even send another picture of a snap. She texted in the snap and said, LOL, use my number. And then I was like, oh, bet. And then I clicked the number, and I sent a message. Hey, this is Sean. And there it is. We got to having conversation. We was texting regularly,
Mhm.
FaceTimes, all the things. Okay.
Mhm.
I say this because on one hand, you could look at that and say, well, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in that statement because sometimes a little reminder never hurts. Many times a reminder never hurts.
Yeah,
Many
but
times there's nothing wrong with
yes.
us reaching out, especially if you're like, hey, I really am interested and want to see where this goes. We are the only generation. I promise you, it's so backwards to me. I don't get it. We are the only generation that will say, I want to see where this goes, and then let people from general perspectives pull us away from investing into it. We will be
Mhm.
like, yeah, I want to see where this goes, but nah, man, I'm too ego, I'm too proud, I'm too prideful, I'm too nah, I don't want to be the man, I don't want to be this, and we attribute so much meaning to it, and the meaning is what pushes us away because we don't want to be perceived as something that
Mhm.
honestly not even the person we're dealing with would see us as. It's outer expectations of world perspectives that we're
Yes.
afraid of being different than. I'm giving you permission to send the message and say, hey, use my number. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You send that. I'm not guaranteeing that he uses it.
Mhm.
What I'm saying though is that this is giving you, I want to give you permission to be able to allow yourself to see where something goes without being afraid of being perceived in a way that only people who are culturally yelling and screaming in their mics of being
Mhm.
afraid of being something is more afraid of than you. I
Yeah.
you I think when you really like somebody's time, attention, experience, and all the things, I think you lean into that. I don't think you just like, well, no, I don't want to come off as this and I don't want to come off as that. Cause then now we're putting so many guardrails to what love can really be.
Mhm.
Because we're more afraid of appearing a specific way than we are just simply focused on being a specific way, not for rewards, but just because this is who Aleda wants to be in this
Yeah.
moment. Aleda wants to give this guy some time and attention.
Yes,
And
but
the
I
one
don't
thing
know if he
that's
really likes me, to be honest, because today, like, he didn't snap, for example,
sure.
and a whole day going without talking or like without,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I remember hearing all that too. If they go a whole day without talking, they don't want you. I
Yeah.
disagree.
Like,
You you
yeah.
remember the time that you spent when y'all went on the coffee date.
Yes.
You enjoyed it 10 out of 10 times.
I enjoyed it. He talked so much, so I
Uh,
can't explain. Like on Instagram or on Snapchat, he's always so dry. But then he sat
Yeah.
in front of me and he couldn't stop. He also told me about a few bad things about him. For example, that
Okay.
he, I don't know how it's here in English, but when you take when you smoke joints
Sure.
a few. He
Mm-hmm.
says he does this not very often, but like he does it. And then he also told me that I don't know. Do you know Ritalin? Like it's something you take when you have ADHS
Okay. Okay. So like some
to
kind of
be
like medicine or
yes,
something like that.
like
That's like,
to be more focused on what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Because
Mm-hmm.
he says he gets distracted very much and like this I don't know if you tell this a woman that you want that you like on the first date. I don't know why he told me this, but he was
Mm-hmm.
very open. He was very vulnerable. I had yes,
Yeah.
I don't know, Ritalin, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, I don't want you to read too much into it. It's
Yeah.
typically what your mind is going to do, and we're just being aware
Hmm.
of it, and we're just catching it. I don't want you to put
Yes.
any right or wrong stuff to it. It's just like, oh, like my mind's racing, because
Hmm.
honestly, at the core of it, I like this person, or at least I want to see where this goes. So that's part of it. Um, I'm not necessarily even trying to tell you like he told you all that because he does like you. I think what you were describing though is that who he is in person is even better than who he is
Yes,
through
yes,
text,
yes. Yeah.
that's a great thing. Like, so believe it or not, there are people who are like, fam, like, I mean, um, not to say that you're a horrible texter. We're not giving excuses to those things.
Mm,
But again, at the same time, like people just genuinely, there are people that genuinely like, nah, I just don't text. Or like, that's not on the front of my mind. You mentioned that he has ADHD. So I'm not saying I'm
mm,
not saying that he couldn't have focus to get your number and send a message, but is it
mm-hmm.
possible with what you described that he got distracted? Is it possible?
Yes, I
You know what I'm
think,
saying? Don't
yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. So I'm wanting you to not be so of not to not be so caught up in your mind and in your head that like I don't know if he likes me. I don't like we really won't know until we give ourselves an opportunity to, remind him of our number and to send us a message.
But why
Okay.
don't you say that being confused is already an answer?
Well, because we have to measure what we're being confused by. Are we being
Mm.
confused by this person's behavior, or are we confused because we're confusing ourselves?
You're right.
Every source of confusion does not mean that it's permission to walk away, because sometimes the source of confusion is you, not them.
Yes, but don't you think like the date, I'm sorry, but the date was
Yeah.
on Sunday and today here in Germany it's like Thursday. Don't you think that a man would or
There it can be. Yeah, like so there is a guy like intentionally, sure, but
why do you
again,
drive 1.5 hours
mhm,
to see me and after this date the only thing you can do is like snap me. Like you
mhm,
don't even use my number, you don't say that you enjoyed it, you don't say
mhm,
when we can see each other again. Like I
mhm.
maybe I can accept that someone doesn't want me
Or
be.
or again, I just want us to focus on some of these things. Or it could be that we just need to give this the fullest try. And the fullest try would be sending him a message on Snap saying, "Hey, I really enjoyed our time, our date. Text me at the number I gave you." And if he and now if we do that and there's nothing done, then okay, we
Mm,
actually do have more of an answer.
yes.
But we're right now, think about it, doing and this is kind of where I say, at your own discretion with your capacity, like we can stay in this state and be like, well, does he like me? Is this going to go somewhere? I don't want to be the man, all those things. But
Mm-hmm.
you kind of don't, nothing changes. We're just kind of going and ruminating circles in our mind about what we want to see versus what we feel we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying we can interrupt that pattern by just simply sending a message, meeting him where he's at on the app, and we might be surprised. He could send the message, "Hey,
Mm.
like, yo, I totally forgot that you gave me your number."
Mm.
Like I have talked to plenty of people in my life where it's like, "Yo, I forgot that I gave you my number, or I forgot you gave me yours." Like again, I just used the Snapchat example. Like
Mm-hmm.
she gave it to me and then we kept conversations. I was like, "I'm gonna use it." And I'm the type of person, to be honest, I'm not saying everybody is me, of course not. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm someone where like I can see a text message and I can be like, "Oh yeah, I see that. I read a portion of it and I'm gonna respond to it and then not come back around to it because I get lost in the
Yeah.
sauce in my day. I get
Yes.
lost in sauce in business and all the things." And so like, yeah, like that's a very possible thing. Now,
Okay.
again, someone I'm interested in, hey, I'm at the point in my life right now where I'm not dropping everything,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm paying attention to that. But I'm just saying, like, I think we don't know enough information on what that is because we just haven't given this a good chance. And we're kind of in our heads about it a lot. And I think it can get solved through one action: send the
Okay.
message and see what he does.
But would you say that his behavior from the day where we met to now
Mhm.
speaks for someone who isn't interested?
No, because you said that you guys he talked so much, right?
Yeah.
It was so much of a different and even better experience in person. So I
Mm.
think because of that, there actually is a chance that it could be a little different. I'm not somebody that's trying to like spark false
No,
hope
I
into you. Like I
no
really am
no
not. And I know that sometimes it can come off as that because we're in a culture where people are just quick to leave and
no.
quick to
I
believe
mean
the worst.
objectively, like
Yeah,
you know.
objectively, I don't believe it's because he's not interested.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know like to what extent he is interested either. But I don't think
Mm.
that perspective is like, oh yeah, nah, he's not interested.
Mm.
Now, I
Yes.
think you have a better case if you send this message and then he doesn't use your number. Okay.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
do you know that there are stories uh now I'm gonna share this. I don't know the rapper's name and who this person is. She's I think
Mm-hmm.
married to now.
Mm-hmm.
There was a radio host, interview that they did together, and they explained how they met. He
Yes.
walks out of, she stopped by, I believe it was some fast food spot that he was at, and he took notice and was like, dang, she's bad. And so she walks out to her car. She's sitting in the car, and he goes out the door and
Mm-hmm.
knocks on her window.
Mm.
And she gives him, she didn't know how big of a deal she was, but she ends up giving him her number or some type of contact point that they got. I think it was her number. And he waited 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He waited 2 weeks to send a message.
My God.
And that's so funny though. and and they're married.
Oh my
Now,
God.
now I'm not saying that's everybody's case. I'm not saying that that should be the rule. It's an acceptance to the rule. He had a plan in his head that he'll tell you to this day on every interview that like that
Mm-hmm.
was intentional because you had to play it smooth. You don't want to sound to this and to that. Even he fell into the trap of like, I don't want to look
Mm-hmm.
like this. So that's why he delayed. And it just so
Mm-hmm.
happened that it turned out to be beneficial for them. They became best friends. They connected. They eventually got
Oh,
together, all the things.
yes.
But it's like, there are a plethora of examples where relationships don't necessarily start off in the way that everybody else is imagining them to start off for you. That doesn't mean you're in the wrong. And I want you to, this is a really good practice. Like, I want you to see this as a win win for you. There's no way you can lose.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can lose here. If you send a message and then he's like he doesn't respond, you still are cracking the code because like you're overcoming some of the overthinking that is happening in your mind. That's typical and that's normal, right? We're just
Mm-hmm.
dealing with it and noticing it. And guess what, you send a message and then he ends up sending a message, if that's today, if that's tomorrow, and he's like, hey, I finally got your number locked in, sorry it took me so long. Like, you're gonna be like, wow, I was tripping for nothing. And you're gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my goodness!" Like he actually texted, and you'll be so elated and ecstatic. You might wait till the end of the day to respond just because you can't believe it. But it's like, no, I want you. I just want you to be open to it. It's a
Yes.
beautiful place where you're at, and I don't want you to feel like you
Thanks.
have to you have to cater to everybody else's expectations on what everyone else is saying a relationship should look like for you. And if a man's interested, he'll do these things, because that doesn't necessarily mean that the person you're dealing with isn't feeling those things.
Yes.
Sometimes we're
Right.
reading different things into the experience. And I think because it's not a lose lose situation, like you don't lose an ounce of your womanhood. You're not being a man. You're not leading. You're not all these other things that people might
Mm-hmm.
say you are if you reached out and reminded him that you gave him his number and just send a message there.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want you to hit me. I'm so serious. I'm invested at this point. I want you to send me a message on the update. How does it go?
Yes, I
Okay.
will. I'm
How does
going
it go?
to.
Okay. Do you feel a little bit better?
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to feel okay. Like, even if this doesn't work, I want you to feel okay. Like, you go on a date with someone else, it goes well, you were excited. I want you to feel okay with sending the message and telling them how amazing. Guys, I'm gonna be so honest, y'all, and like, ladies, please hear me. I think the right man is gonna love the fact that you sent a follow up message that you enjoyed your time. I know I have. I've gotten a kick out of it. Like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I had a ball too. We doing this again tomorrow? Like, what you got on your schedule? And I promise you, I'll move heaven and earth. I'll do my
Yeah,
best. I will move
thanks.
heaven and earth and everything in between. I think there's just a bad stigma out here with so much fear that it keeps us from just connecting to people and being okay with saying we like their time and company. And also at the same time, being able to say that and not feel like it's an immediate commitment to marriage. You're not committing to him in marriage because you said you enjoyed your time. It's just, hey, I enjoyed it and I'd like to have a little more.
Yes,
And we
you're
can be
right.
okay with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, my pleasure. I hope
Have
we
an
over there smiling now. Look at you. All
yes.
right. Yeah. Come on, man. That's what it's about. All right. So please hit me
I'm
with an update
yeah.
when things happen and go from there.
I will. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Get you some
Bye.
rest. Take it easy. Come on, man. Put a one in the chat. Come on, man. Like, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm probably, can I be honest? Can I be honest? I'm probably, and y'all can tell me. Y'all can tell me. All right. I won't put words in your mouth. I might be one of the very few men you'll see that speak in that way. Like that is completely it's I live it, fam. Like I live it. Like this is I got to the place in my dating world where I was like, I'm okay with letting homegirl know I want you. And like if you don't feel the same, I'm not gonna pressure you. But like I want you. And like let's go. Let's see where the let's see where the rubber meet the road. You know what I'm saying? Like let's see. And I think that is such a healthy thing, man. And I'm doing my hardest to return y'all back to these healthy dating streets because that's healthy. I can tell you I like you, be authentic in everything I do. Yeah, Lauren, listen, you just missed an amazing conversation. You just missed an amazing conversation. I'm trying to get people to see, like, fam, I can listen, listen. When you're moving in abundance, you do not mind letting people know you like them, you like their time, you like their company, and you want more of it. You just don't mind it. And if it's not received and it doesn't feel the same way, you're like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful thing. Like, fam, I want you. Let's go. And like, if you're like, I don't know, or of course, let's do it, or let's take our like, fam, I'm with all the smoke. I'm with all the smoke. Call me what you want. What you won't call me, what you won't call me is shackled. What you won't call me is in bondage. What you won't call me is trapped. No, fam. No, this is free. This is freedom. And this is what it looked like. Okay.